Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, time right now is 10:36, 6th June 2022. In fact, this is the fourth take I'm having for this video because I'm finding it hard to put my words across. Let's hope this take I can put them across. Like, when you see me, like, look at this face, look at these hands. Has it ever occurred to you that me, a guy like me, why would he put all this on his face or hands? Well, yeah, the easy answer is, yeah, he's psycho, he's gone mad, or he has mental issues, or he needs to go to a doctor. And I'll not disagree. A normal person wouldn't do this. But have you ever thought about the fact that when I was small as a baby, I was just like you as a baby. Like, when we all were small, when we all were small babies, weren't we all the same? Like, when a baby comes into this world, have you noticed they all look the same? They cry. People play with children. They're very cute. And they play with all their friends. So, has it ever occurred to you that me, with all these tattoos, this ink and all that, once upon a time, I was a small boy. I was like you, a normal small boy, a small child. Have you ever thought of that? And let me ask you, which small child, which small boy or girl wants to end up looking like a freak? Wants to stay away from society? Have you met children who just say, no, I want to look like a freak and stay away from society, not keep friends, not keep relatives? In fact, children love to play with one another. They love to be with mom, dad, family. Have you ever thought as to what would make a guy like me, a small boy who was normal like you, to grow up to become like this? What pushed me? Was it because I was mentally something wrong? If mentally something was wrong, how would I be speaking to you and articulating my thoughts? That means something happened, right? Something happened on a much deeper level. You see what I'm getting at? Like, let me ask you. You as a small child, let's assume we all as small children, you take one child away, and that one child, you torture that child every single day. Beat that child not the other children, just this one child. You beat it every single day. You torture it every single day. You tell the child, you're a mistake, you're evil, you're dirty, you should have been dead. And if the child wants to laugh, you beat it and say, don't laugh. And if the child wants to play, you lock it in a room alone. If the child wants to read a book like an ABC or one, you grab the book from the child and say, no, you're not allowed. And you do this every single day to that child. And every single person who meets that child beats that child, abuses the child, makes fun of that child. And not only the adults, even the children start doing that. Now, how do you think the child is going to grow up? Hmm? I know. I know what's going through my... Oh, poor Loy, poor thing. No, no, no. Listen, listen. I don't need your pity, okay? I don't need your pity. I don't need your sympathy. Trust me. Look, my nose is slightly feeling like sneezing. Look at this face. I don't need your pity. You want to give me some money? I don't mind. I don't mind the money. But I don't give a damn about you, just as you shouldn't give a damn about me. There is a point which I want to make through this video, so listen carefully. It's not your pity, it's not your approval. Now, getting to what I'm saying, you tortured this child day and night. Now, how do you think this child will grow up? Different, right? Okay. On top of that, you commit sexual crimes on this child. Grown men, after drinking, who were kind to the child, who the child loved like a mother, father, as a role model, after getting drunk, do sexually very bad things to the child. Now, and you don't do it once, twice, thrice, many times. Let me take a tissue one second. I'm not crying, it's just ticklish. Something went in my nose. Okay. How do you think the child is going to grow up? Okay, so I've told you all this. Now, let's move on to the most important part. The most important part. What I want to tell you through this video. Okay, let me first blow my nose. Give me a second. The hell. I want to make a video of all this. Sorry. Okay. Now, see, here's the thing. You may not, some of you may not consider this, but the person I loved the most in my life, the most important person, the woman I really loved, the woman, every man has a woman, right? Just as every girl has a man in her life. The woman I really loved was my mother. The most important, the most important woman. As a child, I was never close to my father because my real father was not there. Stepfather used to always beat me. The only person whom I felt a little love and did love was obviously my mother. There's no greater proof for this than the fact that I named my first baby, my first daughter, Helen. Well, if it had been a boy, I would have maybe named him Loy. That's a different matter. But I named my baby Helen after my mother. And my wife said yes immediately. She never even thought about it. Have you ever thought why? Because obviously I love my mother. I'm pretty sure no one in my family, not a single person in my family, will name their baby, and none of them have. Not a single person in my family has named their child after their mother or father. I'm the only one. Now, that doesn't mean I love my mother more than others love their mother. Nothing like that. But she was the most important person. However, even though I have loved my mother so much, I have made sure she is out of my life. Now, why? Why? In fact, you may not know this, but the amount I have cried and the intensity to which I've cried, missing my mother or being hurt by my mother, It was only for her. I'll tell you something silly. You'll find this funny. I've cried when my mother actually forgot my birthday. so so funny when I think about it today. My mother forgot my birthday or forgot to wish me, whatever. It hurt me. Um it hurt me when I had to tell my mother to get out of my life. It hurt me even more when I was about to suicide, and the only person I could think of, the only person I felt was the most important person in my life, was my mother. And her response when I told her, I'm going to kill myself, I need you, help me. She put the phone down. And then, before that, whenever I try to patch up with my mother or try to make peace with my mother or try to approach my mother only spoke about my stepbrother, my younger brother. She always used to tell me that he's going to be a great man. He is so smart. He's so intelligent. He's going to be something great. Okay. She believed it. She literally used to go to these pundits who used to read the bloody palms, and obviously they are reading your body language and they know what to say. So they would always say, oh, this young one is going to be great man, rich man. And she would say, oh, thank you, Jesus. Even though she's getting with a Hindu pandit, thank you, Jesus. And with me, oh, he still needs guidance. You know, as a young man, as a young boy, all this really impacted me slowly, slowly. And I didn't know how much. I guess I realized how much it was only after that fateful day when I was about to kill myself and I asked my mom, help me. And she said, no. Something in me died, yeah, that day. Something in me really, all this, family politics and drama and all that, that was also bearable. You fight and then you patch up. You don't talk and then you patch up. But then, when you're about to kill yourself and your own mother doesn't pick up the phone or puts the phone down on your face, you begin to question a lot of things. And shameless as I was, all these years I was dying for my mother's approval. And even after that suicide, when I came back, it's so funny to even think about this. My mother still called me, not to patch up. My mother called me when she found out that I was doing well to ask for money. That was the one thing she would always tell me. Why we gave birth to you. So you take care of us. You provide us with money. Indian parents. So she called me after dumping me, betraying me, and I tried to commit suicide. And then I come back. And after 2 years of making a comeback, the phone call that she gives me was not to ask. Yeah, she did ask, how are you? And then she asked, we need some money. Those days when she was doing well, she didn't ask, but now she needed money. I told her never to call me again. Shameless as she was, she called me again. And lo and behold, for what? Guess. Over the next 6 years, every once a year, I think she would call me for money. Until when I came down here to Thailand, and believe me when I say this, I tried making peace. I tried talking to her. I tried saying, let bygones be bygones. Let's forgive and forget. But there was never an iota of guilt or sadness. And then finally, when I came down here, I was still trying my level best to talk about it. Until one day, I found out from one of my relatives that she's going to die because she took an overdose of some medicines, and her lungs capacity, everything collapsed, and she was in ICU. And believe it or not, I think I made a Facebook live video, and I was actually crying and talking in that video. I was actually crying. Some of my friends are panicky as to why was I crying. In hindsight, when I look back, I realize how much my mother meant to me. Fortunately or unfortunately, she survived it. She's well. She has still tried to get in touch with me. She wants to talk to my wife. She wants to talk to my daughter. I tried making her talk to my wife, but I realized she is still the same. And when my stepfather, I hate that man. There's no human being on the planet I hate more than him. If there was a horror, torture, porn movie which I could, in my fantasy, make it a reality, I would cast him in it and I would torture him. That much I hate him. Okay. No iota of guilt for all the hell he made me go through, all the abuse he gave me. Okay. So today my mother literally tries to call me, and whichever number she calls me, I block her. She tries to other relatives. I made it very clear. You call me for this, you'll be blocked. She wants to talk to my wife, and especially my baby girl, because I've named her after her. But I have decided my daughter is never going to see even her shadow. And my mother will never, ever, ever get to talk to my daughter. That's not only her punishment, but that's a reality. So why am I sharing this with you? See, as a human being, now we are all the same. We all have feelings, emotions. We are all the same. But our upbringing now, the way our mother, father, or whoever, our guardians look after us, the environment that we are brought in, our friends, the people around us, and what we go through every single day, and the decisions we make because of those things that happen to us, those decisions and choices, we become who we are. I never had anyone to guide me. I never had anyone to tell me this is the way. I was always asking. And lo and behold, today I've become like this. And the reason I've become like this is because when I was sensitive, when I was a nice guy, when I was good, when I was soft-hearted, everybody walked over me. Everybody. My mother, father, friends, relatives. They took advantage of me. They would preach about being nice, being good, doing good to others, the Bible, Jesus, this, that, all that. But in the end, I ended up in the gutter. And when you're down and out, penniless, homeless, nobody cares. So you reach a point where you say, enough is enough. Let's do or die. You get so angry. There's so much of rage, so much of pain, so much of intensity that one day you just snap. You know, like that movie, no? Jim Carrey is a nice guy and he's being nice to everyone. Suddenly one day he just snaps. I don't know. There's a dual personality. I snapped. And it was not like extreme, but over the period of time, I like, onion has layers. I had to peel off each layer. Each layer that was the nice Loy Machedo, the good, the childlike, the innocent, the gullible. And I had to become this. Every tattoo you see, my body, every tattoo, this is pain. In fact, the ones which are here, these ones, you can see it's slightly raised. Okay. I asked the tattoo artist, push the needle in so deep. I want it to pain. My hand was shivering like this when he would do it. I asked him to give me enough and more pain. Because I was in a lot of pain. And throughout my life, the ones I loved didn't love me back. The ones I really, maybe I chose, like sometimes girls choose the bad boys. I chose the bad people whom I loved, but they never loved me back. And after being betrayed once, twice, thrice, and goes on and on, after being hurt once, twice, thrice, after being used and spit out, something snaps in you. And you say, enough is enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. No way. If today I'm the Loy Machedo, this tattooed guy who seriously doesn't give a fuck. Even if you're going to suicide, you're crying, you're suffering, you don't have a job, you don't have money, you don't have food to eat. And you come to me, help, and this and that. For me, it comes down to the same way the world treated me. People only kept in touch with me when I was useful to them. And all the years of my life, I was a nice guy. So I decided enough. So now, when anyone wants to be my friend, wants to take my time, expertise, opinion, anything, money. Because money solves a lot of problems. And I realized when money is there, my mother sacrificed her son, me, for money. She got me into this world for money. She used me for money. She ditched me for money. She betrayed me for money. And she shamelessly keeps in touch with me just for money. You remember I gave the example of when you're a small boy and you take this small boy aside and you torture him, torment him, sexually do bad things with him. And think, if that child was you, at what point you'll break? No guidance, no direction, no love, no support, no motivation, no encouragement. Only torture, beatings, torment, sexual sins. A small child, huh? Small child. Sexually, you're doing very bad things to that child. And if you do that from the day the child is like 3 or 4, till the child becomes 20, I realized very early on, or rather, I realized very late, that emotions and feelings now would destroy me. And 2011, it came to that. And I said, enough is enough. Today, there are, I have clients, I have people whom I make them do very, very tough things. And sometimes I end up breaking down and crying. They tell me, I know what you told me was correct. I know what you told me was true, but They break down and cry. Sometimes I reflect, sheesh, made them do these bad things. But the goal is clear. You want to achieve this, you need to do this. It's tough being a guy who has to be stone-hearted, you know. But if you go through the experiences I've gone through, you'll not see the world in a different lens. Even today, I see so many realities of love, betrayal, how money changes people, how power changes people. And it's a constant reminder. The choices are made, they're the right choice. The truths that I share, it's a fact. You don't have money? Just imagine you're penniless, homeless, no money. Who'll, who'll, who will be your friend? Maybe if you're in a family or in a country that the government takes care of you and they don't have to worry, like these Americans or Westerners, the government gives them food, stamps, but if you're from India, China, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Africa, and you don't have a job and you don't have money, you think people are going to sit there and take care of you? I'm sorry, but I don't come from Denmark or Switzerland or France or any of these Western countries where the government will give you unemployment benefits or free money or free handouts or food stamps. I'm sorry, I don't come from those countries. I come from a dog eat dog world. Survival of the fittest. Where people even literally wait for you to die so that they can take whatever possessions you have. And they'll hope that you die fast. I come from that world. Anyway, all I want to tell you is I was born just like you. A small child, normal, no tattoos, no nothing. But I was raised in a very different way. The experiences I went through, I can assure you, you would not make through. You would not. I can challenge you on this. And if any one of you is, assuming, oh, what is so great? I want you to only visualize, huh? Don't do anything, just visualize. 3-year-old boy, 3-year-old, as tall as your knee. Okay. You take a rubberized cane, maybe 1 centimeter thick, rubber, or thinner than that. Beat that child every single day for half an hour. Slap that child where your fingerprints should be left. Pull that child's hair. And sometimes bang it on the table and all. Tell that child every single day you're a mistake. Why are you born? You should die. Abuse that child. Lock that child in a room where obviously there's no phone, there's no TV, there's nobody. Lock that child. Just keep school books there. And if the child has any storybook or book that keeps the child happy, tear it. Only allow the child school. And in school, tell all the teachers who are also abusive people, beat this child as much as you want, no problem, discipline the child. And they realizing, oh, Indian background, Indian teachers, cheap salary. Oh, I can remove my anger on this child because he's the most naughtiest. He's always talking. So you get beaten, the child gets beaten in school, comes home, gets beaten there also. Once a week goes to church and gets beaten by the church crowd. And then when the child is maybe 7 or 8, introduce the child to such a man, grown man, who he thinks is like his father, role model, who hugs him with a little bit of alcohol, molests this child. And when this child goes and tells the mother and father one fine day, they say, okay, whatever, that's it. They don't do anything. And continue beating this child, and continue locking up this child, and continue all these things. No direction, nothing. Till maybe 20. So visualize, right? So what kind of child, what kind of man would that child become? A YouTuber? Intelligent? Well-read? Smart? Enterprising? Even today when people make fun of me, mock me, insult me, you think it hurts me? You think it makes me feel, oh, it's the fuel that I need. It's the fire that I need. It's a reminder what kind of world I live in. And anybody who shares compliments and kind words and sweet words, I don't forget those snakes in the grass who were there with me when times were good. All the girls who said, I can't live without you, I can't breathe without you, Loy, and they would cry. But when they would get a knight in the shiny armor with big money, oh, they were able to breathe properly. They said, I can't breathe without you, Loy. But when they got a sausage that pays them, that was rich, they could breathe very properly. So you go through all this. You see people who praise you and who follow you and admire you. But when you don't have money, they all vanish. They're only with you when you achieve big things. Like, when I, all these orange boxes at the top, all my trophies, 800 trophies. When I was to win the first place and all that, all these club members, grown as adults. Loy is our member. Loy is a member of our Toastmasters club. But the minute there would be a scandal, Loy has his girlfriend or something, or Loy is with this girl, they would distance themselves far away from me. They didn't even know me. They wouldn't say, I know Loy. Loy is a member of our club. Oh my God, that guy. No. When I started putting tattoos, they were like, he's mentally gone case. Chuti aadmi, they would say. But today, because I'm known and all that, oh, Loy, I know Loy from. Funny, how wind changes. I can assure you this, all you people who are even watching my videos, as long as you get something of value from me, you'll watch me. The day my content gets boring, or let's say I get paralyzed, or I'm no use, poor Loy, go fund me, chal, we'll throw some few coins. And then you'll move on. I would do the same. You'll do the same. So let's agree that we are all in it for our benefit. That is why any friend, any client, anybody who cries or comes to me or wants my service, wants my time, money. As long as you have money, you have my 100%, which is not false. You will get the 100%. Like, they say like a prostitute, a very honest, genuine prostitute. When the money is over, sorry, sweetheart. Need to offer this hole to somebody else. That's how the world is. You may look at me and laugh, he's a prostitute. You are nothing less. The day your partner cheats you, treats you like shit, abuses you, insults you, you're not going to take it. You're going to say, excuse me, I don't want to take this crap. So it's not unconditional love. It's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. We are all the same. Just that I look different, I've made different choices, and I have the balls and the guts to call a spade a spade. You don't. You don't. I can sleep around and tell, yes, I've slept around. I can go to a prostitute and I'll say, I can masturbate and I'll say, but you can't. Because you're in this society. Employers, colleagues, relatives, friends, religion. And I broke away from all that. To do what I did takes guts. Crazy ass guts, which you don't have. That is why you'll remain with these insincere people, the people you don't like, the work you don't like, the society you don't like, the religion you don't like, the colleagues, the friends, the brothers, the sisters. Even if you don't like them, you can't tell them fuck off. Even your boss can't know. I can. Even you can. But you don't want to pay the price. I had enough, so I paid the price. That's the difference between you and me. I went through the extreme which you would not be able to survive. I'm just like you, you know. I have feelings just like you. I have emotions just like you. I cry just like you. I laugh just like you. But I made a decision. Enough is enough. And that's why I am who I am. I don't give a fuck to society. I don't give a fuck to your opinions. I don't give a damn to what you think. I don't care you approve of me or disapprove of me. I don't care whether you like me or hate me, whether you follow me or don't follow me, subscribe or don't subscribe. I don't give a fuck. For me, this pays my bills. When this is there, you are a rat in a rat race for this only, right? You take shit from your boss for this only, right? You have to listen to nonsense for this only, right? You studied for what? For earning this only, right? You're working day and night for this only, right? You are saving for what? Your retirement. This, everything is this, right? You pray to God also, give me this, give me daily bread. Daily bread is this only. Money can't buy sleep, yes. But you have no money in the bank, you'll not sleep. Anyway, man. I just wanted to share this video and tell you that we're all the same. We're all the same. Our choices, the decisions we make, based on the circumstances we face, the environment, the people. That's how we differ. I made some choices, decisions, and that's why I'm where I am. And that's why you are where you are. That's the difference between you and me. That's the only difference. And I stick to my decisions. Emotions and feelings, not good. That's why I use this. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. One last thing. You know God, no? God. We are all thought about God. He's there somewhere. God. Bible, Quran, Gita. God is in us. God is outside. God is everywhere. I used to always ask, when I was getting sexually molested, where was this God? He's omnipresent, right? He's everywhere, right? He sees, they say, he sees, but he'll act at the right time. He's there. When you need him, he's there for you. I used to always think, wow, he's there for me. When I need him, he'll be there for me. He sees everything. There's nothing in the world he cannot see. Mind you, huh? So then, as a small boy, let's say example, a small boy, I can see that boy. And when I'm seeing him getting tortured and I don't do anything, what kind of human being am I? Let's say I see a small child getting sexually molested and raped, but I don't do anything. What kind of person am I? And I'm seeing this for nearly 20 years and I don't do anything. What kind of human being am I? So then I asked myself, who wants such a God, yeah? You understand what I mean? When you have no money, he doesn't help you. When you have no food, he doesn't give you food. And when you get something, they say, oh, it's because of him you got something, not because you were begging. No, it's because of him. Anything good happens because of him. Anything bad happens is because of something else, or he's testing you. But then for a baby, what kind of pleasure does he derive? So what will you say? That God watches but acts at the right time? What was he waiting for? Even after multiple molestation, rape, and what was he waiting for? The right time? What right time? When I had no food to eat, no money, no nothing, when I was about to suicide, and he still didn't come. They say, no, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And if your friend is not there when you need him, why you need that friend? So in the same way, I asked myself, so many years of my life, till the age of 36, he was never there. And why the hell do I need such a friend or a God or a religion? Huh? And the funny thing is, the day I said enough of this bullshit, this man-made concept of God, enough, I'm stupid. Even after all this evidence, I'm still stupid enough to believe. Believe it or not, the liberation that I felt. And the funny thing is, even after educating myself, reading books, logical of science and everything, and I still had that little bit of hope that maybe there is a God. Realize, man, whom am I fooling here? So that was another chapter in my life. So that is where. And If I can't see something now, if I can't touch something, if I don't have the evidence, I'm not going to buy and believe bullshit. That's as simple as it goes. If you tell me, oh, I really care about you, I really love you, yeah, money. If you can't afford money, do something, work, give me some benefit. If that also you can't give me and I'll pray for you, then I'll also from far pray for you. People come and tell me, Loy, can you give me a service? I'll pray for you. Yeah, you pray for me. I'll also pray for you that you get my service. People like this, when they are in trouble, Loy, help me. Sending thoughts and prayers your way. Type it on Facebook and WhatsApp. Thoughts and prayers. I'm sending thoughts and prayers. Like, in USA, when they shoot with the gun, or the politicians, we send our thoughts and prayers to them. Thoughts and prayers. Amen. Amen. Oh man, we live in a crazy world, I'll tell you. World where today someone doesn't like you, will try to destroy you. Someone who wants to use you will give you sweet words. Someone who thinks, oh, it's a benefit keeping in touch with them, they will flatter you, they will kiss your ass. But you come to know the reality when you're down and out. I've been too many times. And when it came to the final, enough was enough. You will reach a point where you'll say enough is enough. I reached that. 36, 2011. It's never going to happen again. That is why my mother, no way. Yes, I do love. Once bitten, twice shy. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But here it is, fool me 100 times. So become shameless, right? Anyway, this is something I wanted to share today. I don't know what value you'll get out of all this. I don't know what benefit. I just wanted to share something that was inside. Anyway, you guys take care.